With the most recent update to Vanguard Zombies, Treyarch are making efforts to add everything the community's been asking for, including wonder weapons. And in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the multiple new wonder weapons coming in just a few weeks' time. That's right, there are multiple coming, and we know at least one of them thanks to some leakers and data miners in the community. Now, as we jump into the details, I'd love to know in the comment section if this is something that excites you, if this is something that is going to get you back into Vanguard Zombies, because I know for some of you, it's the lack of main features in Vanguard Zombies so far that's stopping you from playing. But I also understand that because it's not a round-based mode, and even though we now have a round-based objective, it's still not quite the same. But it seems like Treyarch are really starting to play catch-up here, and I'd be intrigued to know if this is something that excites you that would get you back on the game playing. If you do like the sound of this, then let me know by dropping a like rating, as it really helps support the video and lets me know that you enjoy this content. But a few days ago on Treyarch's blog, they stated that coming in Season 2 is going to be a lot of things, including the main Easter egg quest and multiple wonder weapons. Now, seeing as how Vanguard Zombies doesn't even have one yet, this is pretty intriguing that we're getting multiple. With the introduction of Season 1 in December, data miners found code that was related to a ray gun coming to the game. I know it was in Cold War on day one, it shouldn't be a surprise, but the ray gun was seemingly going to appear at some point during Season 1, as it was added into the files of the game, which I saw from Nannyco's on Twitter. Another Twitter user, totally not Alex, got the in-game description for the weapon of the ray gun, describing it as a powerful weapon from a different time and universe. I jump forward to the Season 1 Reloaded update, and apparently according to Twitter user Reality UK, the name and description for the ray gun were removed from the files, but instead a brand new weapon was added, which is simply called the Cool Gun. That's right, not the ray gun, but the Cool Gun, and it's classed as a pistol. Now, because these are strings found within the game's code, it's hard to know if this is actually going to make the light of day inside of the game as a weapon we can use, but he's under the impression that this is the ray gun, a completely new variant or version of the ray gun that we have never seen before, which could potentially have like winter-like properties because it's called the Cool Gun. If this does end up being the wonder weapon, then of course this is just a placeholder name, a code name for the weapon, so it could be called something entirely different. It might not even be based on a ray gun. It could just be a brand new wonder weapon that's just codenamed the Cool Gun, replacing what might have originally been planned for them to add the ray gun in. Straight away, when you hear Cool Gun, you're thinking of winter, you're thinking of ice, and our first thoughts are the Winter's Howl from Classified, and was also added into like Verrückt and other maps like that. Winter's Howl was never a great wonder weapon. It was always just fairly mediocre. So if Treyarch wanted to go back, flesh out the origins of that a little bit more, or even go so far as to explain that the Winter's Howl was discovered in the Dark Ether and was adapted into a brand new super weapon, because there's a chance that is what we're going to be getting in a few weeks' time, which I'm very intrigued to see what this ends up being. But we also know from the mini Easter egg quest that was added in with Season 1 Reloaded that sets up Season 2, 4 Dark Ether entities talk about how we are going to need to get a shield that once belonged to the commander of the Night Legions, and that finding and awakening it may require more power than the 4 of those Dark Ether entities combined, which is where the 5th Dark Ether entity, Verkana the Last, comes in. With the help of 5 Dark Ether entities, we're going to be able to go into the Dark Ether, either during a objective within a new arena or just during the Easter egg quest to actually visit and play inside of the Dark Ether, discover this shield, and use it as a new wonder weapon. Now, the last time we had a shield wonder weapon within Zombies was back during WW2 Zombies in the Frozen Dawn. In that map, it was known as the Thulian Shield, which you could upgrade to call the Roar of Sanket, which actually sounds pretty cool on paper, but with what they're doing with the Dark Ether entities building up this backstory, it genuinely sounds pretty interesting, especially considering where Treyarch went with Forsaken. Chrysalax has a serious amount of deep lore and backstory from the Dark Ether, which I think was the first time that we've ever had that, and they're definitely going to expand on stuff like that within Vanguard Zombies. The Chrysalax was forged in the pools of Etheria, taking on 2 forms: the Savager, sharp as the mountains in the Badlands of Dipsarax, the Storm, powerful as the winds of the ocean on Zephoria. Or if you want to defeat the one who is many, it will take both to tear him apart. The Devoured shall be reborn, the scattered ashes shall be reformed, the Forsaken Satan's torment will be undone when the old ones reign once more. Man, that wonder weapon specifically just sounds like it has Vanguard Zombies lore written all over it. So I do have high expectations that these wonder weapons are going to have similar lore, but also just be really darn cool. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is a ray gun being added to Vanguard Zombies enough to satisfy you, or would you want them to go the extra mile with this variant of the ray gun that seemingly is coming called the cool gun, as well as the idea of a dark ether shield? Now, when they say multiple, there could be more than 2. We genuinely don't know how many they mean by multiple, so we could expect maybe like 3 or even 4 wonder weapons. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you want to find the tweets to all of the stuff that's been discovered in the game, I'll leave links to those profiles in the description so you can check them out for yourself. And a big thank you to all of them for sharing all of this on Twitter. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, rating, subscribe to keep yourself updated with the latest Call of Duty and Zombies news. And you can watch my previous video on your screen right now, where I'll catch you there in just a few moments.